You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Hello, Single Smart Female. It is Jen, your romantic fairy godmama, coming to you today with a listener question. Another single smart female, all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee, age 36, Miss Keeping It Open, writes, Dear Jen, I've been talking to and going out with a few men. When I met this guy while I was out with some friends, we've gone out a few times, but now he's asking me to only see him or it won't work, which are his words. Part of me wants to just walk away, but part of what he's saying makes sense. How can I know it will work with him if I'm giving my energy to other men? Help. Okay, Miss Keeping It Open. This is actually a really good question. Now, we have discussed this in different podcasts at different times and different reasoning, but one of the things I want to start with is this whole idea of it's not going to work if you only focus on one person while you're dating and you rush immediately into a relationship. And I want to point you into the direction of your history and the history, if this is indeed part of your history, but also the history of lots of single, ambitious women. And a lot of us have fallen into the pattern of being serial monogamous or something similar to that, where basically you date one person and sometimes you head into a relationship. You see if it works out. It falls apart. You're really sad for a very long time, sometimes even devastated. You shut down for romantic business, and then you start that process over and over again. And I have to say, it's a really ineffective way to date. And that's just the first part of it. So you have to, before you consider anything he says, is you have to look at your history. Is this something that you've done historically? How has it worked out for you? Has it yielded the romantic results that you want? Long-term especially. Maybe it's yielded some short-term results, but long-term is also what we're looking at. We're looking into your heart and what you deeply want. And if indeed it's the way that things work out well for you, then maybe you shouldn't mantourage date. I have to say the majority of women, myself included, it didn't work out very well. So when you decide to mantourage date, it's not that your energy is just being thrown haphazardly everywhere. Mantourage dating is a very beautiful system where you are discovering yourself romantically through the lens of dating. And so you're not going out on incessant date after incessant date, dating after date after date after date, in order to just say that you're mantourage dating. No, there is a lot of self-discovery that is involved and a lot of nuance and a lot of learning feminine qualities, which we're lacking so much in true feminine qualities, powerful feminine qualities, not just the weakest qualities of femininity, but you learn this process through mantourage dating. And it helps you discover who you are romantically, and then it yields the romantic results that you really, truly want underneath everything that you've been taught to want, or that our ego tries to tell us that we want. So I want to start with this idea. Well, first off, there's always something pretty suspect about men, especially when you first start dating, when they rush to the you need to focus just on me, or it won't work. That's a guy you should actually take a couple steps back from. I'm not saying that absolutely he is going to be detrimental in a partnership, but I am saying that I really want single, ambitious women to stop falling under the trap of, oh, he really, really likes me. That's why he says things like that. No, it's a way to try to control you. Okay? And it starts with that. It starts off with something that feels like he really cares about you. No, a true man And this is exactly what my husband did. A true man, he may ask you to be exclusive. He may get very excited and ask you very quickly to be exclusive. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? But if you are not ready and you tell him that, for like I did with my husband, I'm really flattered, but I'm not ready. And then he tells you it's just not going to work. That's the point you tell him, okay, well, if that's the way you feel, I do understand. If you change your mind and would like to continue dating, and then we'll see where this goes, then let me know. Men who are emotionally manipulative use tactics like this. And the only way to know if he's a guy that is always going to be this way is for you to take a step back and honor you. Honor the fact that you are taking your time and stepping away from the pattern that doesn't work for most women of exclusively dating that one guy for a good amount of time. Things don't work out, going into lots of chaos and hurt and heartbreak because it didn't work out. And then shutting down from romantic business for a while and ultimately, oh, maybe I'll try it again. And repeating the same pattern over and over again versus creating a beautiful Mantourage dating experience where you are testing the waters, your romantic waters with a few different men. It does, again, not incessant dating. This isn't just casual dating. This isn't what they call rotation or a cycle or anything else like that. It's very nuanced. It's very personal. And it is brilliantly put together. And yes, I just called myself brilliant. I actually did. Brilliantly put together so that you can discover who you are in the context of romance. Because most single, ambitious women are truly clueless of who they are in the context of romance. They think they know. They think they have some idea. But when they're actually put to the test and asked to discover all this, they learn things about themselves that they had no clue existed. And pieces of happiness and genuine joy that had been buried under years, actually centuries of women being conditioned that this is how we are supposed to participate in love, instead of doing something completely differently, something that men have done for a very long time. Now, am I asking you to go spread your attention so thin that you actually can't? Am I telling you that you shouldn't get into a relationship? No. But I really think we as women rush too fast into relationships, and we get into relationships with controlling guys because we don't have good boundaries around the beginning, and we misinterpret what seems like extreme desire to be with us for being controlling at times. Now, I will tell you, extreme desire and control and desire to control, extreme desire for you, yes, is going to exist. That's why it's important to learn how to manage male attention so you can honor yourself as you move through this process, which is part of Mantourage dating. Because what happens is extreme desire doesn't mean always extreme control. Let me make that very clear. But you won't be able to tell the difference if you're rushing in just because he says he really wants to, okay? And that's another thing. A lot of us as women, when we find somebody that finally pays attention to us the way that we want them to pay attention to us, and instead of taking our time and exploring it, there's a part of us that thinks that that is going to go away, and that somehow underneath all that, we're obligated to this man for finally wanting us the way that we've wanted to be wanted. So we must, in order to be loyal to him, go into a relationship with him. And it's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of shit that we lie to ourselves about. We're so worried about what men think and what men are going to do and how men are going to react that, we don't really consider who we are and all of this. And truthfully, the great guys out there, if they really want to be with you, a really outstanding guy, he's going to say, you know what? I really do want to be with you. I do want to be exclusive with you, but I understand and I will wait and you do what you need to do, but I am interested in continuing dating you and getting to know you, okay? These men that want to get into relationships right away, it doesn't mean necessarily that anything is wrong, because it's very normal to be excited. But when he puts you into that box of it won't work, that's a type of manipulation. And you need to honor yourself. I would honor the part of taking a step back, telling him, I'm not there yet. I really am interested in getting to know you better. If you'd like to continue to date, I'm totally down for that. If he keeps pressing about it, say, look, I was very open with you with the fact that I'm not ready to get into a relationship. Obviously, you're not in a position to want to let me get to know you before I decide to get in a relationship with you. And if that doesn't make sense to you, I honor where you're at. And I guess this is where we end. Okay? And so that you'll just finalize that with him. And that's really actually a sign of wanting to control you. Send him on his way to do his thing elsewhere. He's not your responsibility to fix either. So I want to make that very clear. So ultimately, you have to make a decision in all of this. Are you really scared that you're going to miss out on an opportunity? Because I'm here to tell you, I have been doing this for a very long time and I've seen it over and over again. You will not, when you honor yourself romantically, you will not miss out on the guy that's for you. There are so many different variables in here that you learn when you learn how to Mantourage date the right way, which I encourage you to do by going to mantouragedating.com and get a free 3-day class from me. But when you learn how to do this the right way, what you ultimately understand that the only thing that's blocking you from finding love is you taking your time to honor yourself, learning the pieces of you that haven't been showing up fully in a relationship, and then learning how to let men adore you. Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show. Mantourage dating works the best when you give up the idea that you will lose someone if you don't hold on to them with a death grip. Hey, Lover Girl, don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share this episode with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you are ready to finally stop being on the losing end of love, then listen up. I exclusively work with women like you who want it all: career, success, to be loved, adored, romance, and who are willing to change the status quo in dating so that you can finally have the love life of your dreams, as well as a soft place to land at the end of your day. Most smart, successful single women I know and or have worked with have one thing in common. They are incredible at the rest of their life, but they feel powerless, uncomfortable, and awkward in romance. Just because you are smart does not mean you should figure it out on your own. I can guarantee you there are several pieces that you are missing, big pieces. And in fact, one of the fastest ways to unravel all that's keeping you from the love life of your dreams is the secret society of adored women. But none of this means anything to your love life until you take the small step of courage by scheduling your application interview for the Secret Society of Adored Women at secretsocietyofAdoredwomen.com. This is the way beyond the podcast opportunity to completely reinvent your dating and love life as it is happening. It's a love life makeover year where you can tell all of your craptastic dating and love experiences to kiss your hot ass. This is you having a real life romantic fairy godmama at your fingertips instead of ever wasting another moment on one-size-fits-all crap advice about men, dating, and love. These are the additional pieces that I won't reveal on the podcast or in public. We are going to cover the ins and outs of Mantourage dating, leaving nothing untouched. And I'm going to work with you directly to customize the experience in order for you to get everything you want out of life and love. Procrastination is the exclusive killer of all dreams, especially in your love life. It's time to get your dating and love life in order. It's definitely time to stop pretending you enjoy mediocre dating love experiences, but most of all, it's absolutely the right time to develop your Mantourage and let me help you create everything you want romantically. Magic included, no batteries required. Meet me over at thesecretsocietyofAdoredwomen.com to schedule your application interview.